What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. Today was a very interesting day, to say the least. Certain stocks just got smacked today, like CLOV, which had an amazing day yesterday, but it fell 12.5% today. The market overall was pretty shaky. So in today's video, we're going to explain what happened in the market today, but more importantly, some good plays to watch for tomorrow. So as always, make sure you watch to the end, and if you like our content, definitely don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. But Tom, fill us in. What happened in the market today?
Yeah, early on this morning, the SPY actually gapped down in pre-market trading. And then as the market opened, it ended up falling even lower today, all the way down to 448.86. And I don't know if this happened in anticipation of Yellen coming out with this news or not, but CNBC reports that Yellen urges Congress to raise the debt limit and warns Pelosi about extraordinary measures running out soon. And she reiterated that lawmakers have until some point in October before the department exhausts all of its extended efforts to prevent what would be a historic default. So that's pretty interesting news. And for everybody who doesn't know about defaults, I'm sure you're going to hear a lot more about it over the next month or so as we kind of get into October. But it's definitely an interesting situation, and it's definitely not good news for the market. As we can see, the market did not digest this news very well, and we ended up coming down, but it's better to address it now than address it once it's too late.
No doubt about that. And then Tom, like even stocks like Palantir just got destroyed today. Like I was looking at Palantir and they've been trending so well over the past couple weeks, but they just got smacked and they're down like 4%. They were getting really close to like that 20, I guess you could say like that $27 level, but just got rejected very hard.
Yeah, it did. It got really rejected all the way down to $25 today. I don't think people were expecting a 4% drop out of Palantir. Like if we look at Palantir on the daily chart, they were getting close to that resistance, and it almost looked like it was almost time to maybe break that and finally move up, but just got that utter rejection to the downside. Not good news. But the good thing is that we bounced off the 25 support. So hopefully we can hold that. But you're right. You know, there was just a lot of downwards movement today, especially out of these big like growth stocks. Like we saw even BLNK, CHPT, both of them were down. We saw Clover down. NIO was even red today, pretty bad, down 6% out of NIO. I mean, once they broke that 40 support last night in after hours and then retouched it this morning in pre-market trading, it just got sent off a cliff, just like we saw a bunch of other stocks. Enphase was another, and it's just all the growth stocks that have been flying up lately now took a dip. But we did have the stocks that were going down now kind of coming up, like Triple M, for example, had a little bit of a recovery today after having a terrible last week while these other stocks were going up.
For sure. And then when we look at stocks like Palantir and NIO, I think it's a good time to dip buy these. And remember that they're like longer term plays. There's no major catalyst, especially with Palantir right now. I know NEO had a $3 billion offering, which wasn't the best news, but I just think that there's opportunity for the long term right now, and even for some short puts on Palantir and NIO. But I definitely want to talk more about Clover. So CLOV, like we said yesterday, it just had an amazing day yesterday, and it did pull back pretty hard today, down around 13%. Now, part of me isn't surprised that it pulled back today, but part of me is surprised that it pulled back this much. It had so much hype yesterday, and it's just like there's no major catalyst because of this. It's just a lot more sellers came in right at open.
Yeah, they did. And actually yesterday in the middle of the day, it seems like $11 on the daily chart seems like a pretty good resistance level. And I guess maybe we just hit that upper level and just started selling off of that. But you know, I know like we were talking about this a lot this morning in the live stream, and you know, for the next couple of days, like as a little bit of an outlook, like I would think as long as we can hold maybe like the $9 support, I feel like that this stock could possibly have a good chance to come back up later this week. Even though we're seeing this sharp sell-off, like yesterday, we went up around 20%. So, you know, a drop down today isn't too surprising. And, you know, the main thing is like early on this morning, we fell below the $10 support, which was a pretty bad thing to fall below. But I feel like if we could get back above there, like I said, I feel like that we could have a shot to go back up with this one over the next couple days. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you for sure. It does suck to see a 12 to 13% down day, but I wouldn't just forget about Clove just yet. Of course, it is a very risky play, but it is holding that $9.40 support. Like you mentioned, Tom, it is now below 10, which sucks to see, but if we can break above 10 again, that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would. And a big level to look for, like for the longer term with Clover, there was a lot of consolidation down here at the 850 support and then at the 8 support also. So if we do see more downwards movement through $9, then definitely look out for 850 or $8. It's definitely possible that this one could keep going down. So it's definitely going to be a hard one. And it's going to be really interesting to look at it tomorrow morning because if we see that recovery, it could be pretty good.
Yep, and then we had a bunch of comments on yesterday's video with BBIG, and this one is up around 6% today. They're popping up very well, especially over like the past couple weeks. So definitely keep an eye on this one. And then Tom, do you have any like resistance levels for us?
Yeah, BBIG, it actually had a pretty bad close today coming down, but it is bouncing around support right at $10. And you can see it's actually fighting right now, trying to get some more green momentum here after touching 10. So hopefully we can hold this level and maybe go back up tomorrow. I see a big resistance tomorrow right around 1145 to 1150. I think that's going to be a big level. Once we break that, I would think we're pretty clear all the way up to like 1249 or 1250, maybe like the high of today. But honestly, this one's a pretty big runner. And as long as we can hold $10, I feel like this could be a pretty good move for tomorrow.
All right, and then I just want to talk about the market overall very quickly. We saw a lot of red today, whether it be with, Zoom, AMD, PENN, like you name it. The stock was probably red. We saw a lot of selling pressure today. So I just wanted to bring up, it would be a good time to protect yourself, whether it be, with put options or whatever. Like, I just think it's a good time to protect your portfolio with some hedges. I've been seeing a lot of put options being bought on the market right now with some pretty big orders to say the least. But there's a lot of different ways to protect yourself. Like if you have a lot of exposure to tech stocks, it might be a good idea to grab some QQQ put options or sell some covered calls on tech stocks or even take some profits. It all depends on what you have exposure to, but I just wanted to bring that up. And generally speaking, when the market falls, VXX and UVXY tend to rise. Just be careful because, obviously the market rises a lot more than it falls, and these stocks tend to do pretty bad if you hold them for a long time.
Yeah, and they generally go down in the longer term. That's just how they're kind of like made to go. They just kind of lose value because you got to keep in mind these are just ETFs, so they follow the VIX and stuff like that. But I personally grabbed some shares of UVXY to hedge myself, and it's been doing pretty good for the past few days. So honestly, I think it's a pretty good way to go right now too. And a big thing is whenever you look at the SPY, it really looks like it's starting to get to that point where we might start to turn over. And I would think if we could break through maybe the low of today or even like 448, I think that would be a pretty bad move. And that would indicate that we're kind of on that downwards trend. So I think it's definitely at that point. And the way Yellen came out today, I think was a pretty big surprise to a lot of us.
All right, Tom, let's get right into these momentum plays. With the first one, we have Square to the downside.
Yep. And with Square, go ahead and make them break below 251.73.
All right, and with the next one, we have BLNK.
Yeah, these guys, these EV stocks had a pretty bad day, but make them fall below 31.10.
All right, and then we have Enphase.
Enphase, another growth stock, make them fall below 163.
All right, so we're watching these three plays for potential day trades to the downside tomorrow. Basically, if they break below the levels Tom listed, we like them for quick in and out day trades to the downside, so definitely keep them on your radar. But it is now time for our member of the day, which is Dope Kid and Nye. So huge shout out. Thank you so much for being a great member. You're super active in the chat, and you're always asking great questions. So huge shout out to you. Thank you for everything. But Tom, let's get right into the comments from the previous video. We had a bunch of comments with BBIG, Tom. Like we had Miss Aloha saying, just commenting on BBIG. We had a bunch of people talking about it. So let's take another look at it. BBIG, they've been doing very well over like the past couple weeks. We can see a ton of volume is coming in with this one. And I know you brought a couple levels up earlier in the video, but like, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I actually really like it. You can see here on the daily chart, there's a ton of momentum behind it. Whenever we go to the intraday, there is a big resistance at 12. And I don't like the way that it fell down towards the end of the day today and bounced off that $10 support. But the good news is that it is holding 10. So I like we talked about earlier, as long as it's holding $10, I think it could be a pretty good trade. But the thing is, if we fall below 10, I would think we could maybe get a move down towards like 8.75 or even $8. But I would think $10 might hold up. And if it does, definitely target like around $12. I think that could be a definitely a good way to go. And BBIG has a lot of momentum. And as long as we can get a nice move up, and I would say like around market open, maybe like last Wednesday, that could be a really good play for tomorrow.
Alrighty, and then we have LC saying Moderna, boom. Let's take a look. mRNA, they had an amazing like past couple days, but did sell off by around 3% today. Honestly, I think this one has a lot more room to fall. In my opinion, it's still overbought, generally speaking. And I'm looking for a retest of around 350. What do you think?
Yeah, I would think a retest around there could be a really good way to go over the next few weeks. And it's getting really high with Moderna. I think 350 is a pretty good way to go. And, that does seem like a pretty big drop from 422, but this stock moves so much. Like it was just at like right around 360 just like 7 trading days ago. So it's not like it's impossible to go there by any means. And 350 was a big support level. So I would think we could end up getting back down towards there pretty soon too. And today was a pretty sharp sell off right at $440, which is a key resistance level for Moderna. So don't be too surprised if we see a drop down like that. I know a lot of people love Moderna to the upside, but I'm telling you, at some point here, it's going to start to turn around.
All right, and then we have Jeff asking about PENN. So PENN. I really like this stock for the long term. In the short term, anything can happen. A lot of growth stocks have just been getting demolished lately. So anything can happen in the short term. But like for the next couple months to even the next couple years, I really like it.
Yeah, me too. And it does look like right now, like we're hitting a lot of resistance where we are. And, if the market goes down off of Yellen's comments and stuff, unfortunately, Penn and some other stocks might end up going down with the overall market, which is just a bad situation because she just kind of came out today and had some negative news. So we'll have to see how it ends up going. But I'm with you. For the longer term, I think Penn would be great. And we might come down and like retest the support around $75 or so.
Good stuff. So guys, if you're an options trader, definitely check out that first link in the description down below for daily options, swing trades, day trades, order flow bots, and basically 24/7 access to Tom and myself. It's a great community and you can cancel at any time. Like I said, daily options, swing trades, day trades, bot plays, you name it, we probably have it. Definitely check it out. It's that first link in the description down below. But Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or anything you are watching for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm really eyeing up Tesla for tomorrow. They did not have the best of days today. And they're moving right on that blue trend line that I've been talking about for a couple months now. And they just touched it again. And of course, they have another red daily candle now after making contact with that trend line. And if they have another bad red day tomorrow, I would really expect maybe Tesla to go into another downwards trend, just like we've seen every other time it touches this blue line. Now, I've been waiting for Tesla to finally break out and above this blue line for a long time now. So hopefully that's the case and we go up. But just be prepared for a nice move down. Every time we touch this line, it seems like we get that move. So definitely keep it on the radar. And I'm also eyeing up UPST for tomorrow for a possible move either up to, or down. But to the upside, you can make them break out above 277 if they break. But UPST is getting pretty overextended and it looks like it might be time for put soon.
Good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day, and you can join Tom and I live every single morning at Market Open on the StockedUp Live YouTube channel. To that first link, or no, not the first link. The link for it is in the description down below. The first link in the description down below is if you want to trade with Tom and myself. But other than that, thanks for watching.